Jai Shri Ram, bhai, Jai Shri Ram. I hope everybody's Janmashtami was good. It was good too. I used a lot of time to meditate and, do my sadhana. Beautiful. Why are you doing this? I'm just doing it as charity because when your children become Hindu, you should know what they're following. It's just charity. Hare Krishna, Aishani ji. Ram Ram, Janvika ji. No, that's not Avalix. That's actually Durga. Hare Krishna, Ram Ram. Is my voice clear enough? Because there's a lot of wind around me.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, could you explain Hinduism to me like I'm 5?
Sure. It's basically ancient sciences. This is how the world had science before religion.
Okay. I don't know what to say, man. Have a good day, though.
You too. Yeah. I think I explained it like he was 4. No thanks. Jesus is the way, the truth, and life. I mean that sentence. Like, do you actually listen to yourself when you say that? What does that even mean? Jesus is the way, the truth, and life. Like, what does it mean? It has no meaning. Because you spout such meaningless words, your children will become Hindu. You know Urdu? I know Urdu. Yes, it's a disgusting language. Nothing cool about it. But unfortunately, I happen to know it. Way to what, brother? He himself practiced. Exactly. Jesus was a practicing Hindu himself. Allah was just a messenger of Krishna. He completely messed it up. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. He was not supposed to, like this Allah character, he was not supposed to go out and say, I'm God. He was supposed to go and bring the message of Krishna. But he messed up completely because he used like a middleman. Like he was too lazy to go and preach, right? So he used somebody called Gabriel. And Gabriel used somebody called Muhammad. Muhammad used somebody called people who wrote the hadiths. So, it got completely messed up. Like Krishna could come and do the job himself. He did not need 100 middlemen. First form of Kali. What does that mean? I don't get that. Why do we pray to Murtis? We don't pray to Murtis, Rahul. We actually invoke them. Murtis are literal principles of the universe. So we try to invoke them from within ourselves. Like all the Murtis that you see, right? The different principles. These are all possibilities that exist within us. Thanks for the offer. It's not an offer. It's just it's charity. Like we are trying to explain Hinduism because your children are going to be Hindu. Asura Kali. No, Aishani, again, like see the idea of prayer, right? This is not a word that fits in Hinduism. Prayer and worship are two ideas that do not fit Hinduism. What we do in Hinduism is we invoke, we venerate, we become. That's what we do in Hinduism. None of them is prayer and worship. We started using these words because like Hindus were extremely benevolent. We were trying to find middle ground by using similar words, but I don't think Hindus should do that. We don't have to like degrade our advanced sciences just to like be able to talk to people. Not cool. Someone who believes interest in a thought experiment. Sure. Hey Jethro, what's up?
Oh, hey, brother. First of all, mad respect. I haven't been on. Oh shit, that was my wine. I haven't been on TikTok in a while. Um, but I want to ask your opinion on this. I guess, which it's something that I think can't necessarily be separated from ontological thought or horological, ontological. I don't know. I'm being a dumb white boy from America right now. Just so you know, you can feel free to shut me down at any time. But so what would be the difference between um? Well, I mean I understand what the difference between Brahman and what I'm about to say is, but what would be the difference under the veil of Maya between an AI subsystem uh, replicating reality versus reality, if that makes sense. I'm so sorry if that doesn't make sense, by the way. I will definitely come back with a more
No, it's actually a
constructive.
very good question, and I would say there is no difference. No.
Yeah. Oh, no. Fuck. No, that's exactly what I say too. Exactly. It doesn't matter. Ah.
Yeah, there's no difference, and within your limited senses, within the limited data that our system can process, it's impossible for us to actually find out what is beyond the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, that line of
Damn
questioning
it.
will not really take you anywhere.
You are too good. You are too good. I'm just saying this is a white guy who fucking has loved your fucking shit. So I'm gonna go away now. I'm gonna go to sleep. And I'm very happy of your answer and how quick it was. Oh my god. Uh, you have a
All
good
right,
night.
bro. You too, bro. You too. Thank you for coming.
Oh my god, you how do I can you kick me
No,
out? Can you kick
I'll do it right. I don't know what was that. What happened? Suddenly the algorithm is not favoring me. Do I just restart the whole thing? Chadrut seems like a nice guy. Get some sleep. I think he used to show up to my lives long ago. I'm not entirely sure if it's the same guy. So yeah, there are no guests. So let me talk about the Bangladeshi Hindus again. See, the reason why I have been doing such frequent lives recently has been because of the Bangladeshi thing. I want to bring it out to the thing, because there is an absolutely hardcore anti Hindu propaganda going out. The moment you start speaking about the Bangladeshi Hindus, you will see like 100 people coming and commenting saying like this is all fake. What about Indian Muslims? This is all fake. What about them? What about this? What about Modi? What about RSS? So there's an actual agenda going on to actually suppress this. What is happening to the Bangladeshi Hindus? So it's our job as Hindus to actually make the voice louder. We're not doing enough, not even close to what we should be doing.
Hey,
And
how are
most
you?
people see, I'm good, Raul. I'm good. What's up?
I'm good. So I had a few questions.
Sure.
So I came here a while back. I'm not sure if you remember me. But basically, let's start by. I want to ask you. I mean, I'm a Hindu myself, but I'm not. I would say
It's because
devoted Hindu.
the way we talk, right? Hindus talk very softly and nicely. I can tell when somebody is a Hindu.
So my question is Hinduism a religion or is it a superior power?
Neither. It's just science.
Okay. So suppose a person of another religion, let's say a Christian, a Muslim, or a Buddhist person, can they be, suppose if I'm a Christian person, can I be Hindu at the same time?
It's very hard to be a Hindu at the same time because religions like Christianity and Islam, right? They actively dissuade you from seeking knowledge. They tell you that the book has all the answers. This is all you should be looking at, and you have to blindly follow your God or whatever. But Hinduism, it tells you to go out and seek knowledge. It tells you not to be blinded by blind faith. So a Christian, by definition, cannot be a Hindu because a Hindu has to be a seeker. A Christian stops seeking. He thinks, okay, now I found Jesus, I know everything. But a Hindu, till he actually understands and perceives Brahman, he never stops seeking. So a Christian cannot be a Hindu from that perspective.
Okay. And one more question I have for you is like, so in my house, I'm sure all Hindus do, we have murtis of different gods. And so what's the concept behind it, and why do we, I don't know about you, but every day in my house, at 6:30 we pray in the morning too. We pray to the murtis. What's the concept behind it?
Okay. So first of all, you're not supposed to pray. You're actually supposed to chant the mantras in front of the murti. And give me an example. What murti do you have at home?
I have Ganesha, I have Lord Shiv, I have a lot
Okay,
Lakshmi Ma.
let's go with
I have
Ganesha. Okay, let's take Ganesha as an example. So Ganesha represents good beginnings. Like when you chant the mantras of Ganesha, do you know any mantra of Ganesha?
I unfortunately don't.
Okay, I'll give an example. So when you chant the mantras of Ganesha, it goes like Vigna Harta, Palan Hara, and all that. So
Okay.
Ganesha is good beginnings, and the mantras of Ganesha literally talks about the different properties you require to have a good beginning. Like when you start a project, right? You need the project to start really well, right? So the first thing you need is there should be no obstacles. That's why he's the Vignaharta. Second thing is you should actually have a very good nurturing, what do you call it, personality. That's why he's the Palanhara. So if you look at Ganpati himself, right, he has a big head, which basically means he has to be very smart. Second thing is like he has a big belly, which means he doesn't take himself too seriously. Then he's always smiling because he has a jolly personality. So all the things that you need to have a good beginning is represented by Ganesha. So when you chant mantras of Ganesha, when you look at that murti, when you do the rituals, you are becoming more and more of Ganesha. So you can go out and solve your own problems. So you can go out and like when you start your project, it's starting very smoothly.
Okay. All right. And I have like
That's what
another
you're doing
question
with
as
the
well.
murti. Okay, it's not prayer. That's what you're doing with the murti.
Like, so us as Hindus, I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but unfortunately I do not. Like, what's the significance of cows, and why do we worship cows?
I just told you, like, bro, we don't worship and pray. Worship and prayer is a Western idea. They do
So
that, and
if
they
I,
see when you use the word worship, right? Worship is not a choice. Like when a Christian or a Muslim, he does not worship, he fears eternal punishment. Like when was the last time you felt this about your deities?
so like if I, let me frame the question in a different way. Then why do we
No, no, no.
take?
See. I understand your question. I'm going to come to that answer. Don't worry. But I'm saying like
Okay.
why we should not be using the words worship and prayer. What we do with even with the cows is we show respect. We show respect to everything. What do you do when you do namaste?
But why just cows? There are not any other animals or any other species.
What do you literally talked about Ganesha. That's literally the elephant. When was the last time you had a murti of the cow at home? You literally have the murti of an elephant at home. So that's way more respect than cows, right? Don't you
So
haven't you seen Hanuman? That's literally a monkey. You literally venerate and worship. You literally venerate and do puja of Hanuman. When was the last time you did puja of a cow at home? The reason why you keep hearing the cow nonsense all the time from the West is because they eat the cows, right? They see
yeah.
us respecting the cows and they have this deep guilt consciousness. So they keep bringing up the cow thing everywhere. They would never say the same thing about monkeys or snakes. Like snakes get the highest priority in all the animals in the Hindu system. They are like it's literally found around the neck of Shiva, right? Shiva himself,
Yeah.
not just any deity. So snakes get like way more respect than the cow does. But from the West, you will keep hearing cow all the time because it's like I said, it's coming from a place of guilt consciousness. But the second thing is all like Jeet Bhai just said, all animals are absolutely sacred. We don't differentiate between one animal or the other. But look at today's society. We are used to having cows, dogs, and cats around us, right?
Yeah.
As pets, as part of our family, we always have dogs and cats. So they do have like a special place. Same way, In Hindu civilization cracked the agrarian society long before any other society did. We were agrarians for a long time. That's how we became a proper civilization. And in an agrarian society, the bovine animals, right? They are not just a random animal, but they're also your colleagues. They work with you on the field. And we also figured out that these people can, I mean, these animals can actually give you protein.
So,
Through the
like,
milk.
is there
So
anything in
because
any
of
scripture
this,
that says that you're not allowed to eat beef?
there are some, yes, but there are scriptures where it is also permissible. So we don't have like a hardcore set of rules saying like don't eat beef. But just think about this, right? Today we love cats and dogs so much, but then like say in the area that you live in, everybody has cats and dogs. Okay, they at home you have cats and dogs as pets, and it's a dog and cat loving society. You go to a restaurant, they have a special place for cats and dogs. The whole society together has respected and loved cats and dogs. But then a bunch of Chinese people who actually eat cats and dogs, they come and settle in your society, and over time they start taking over. And now in that society, eating cats and dogs is very normal. It became common because these people have spread themselves. But you and a fellow few people, you have remembered that back in those times, cats and dogs were basically our family. So for you, it will be super weird that okay, everybody is eating cats and dogs. So even if you will not go and stop them from eating cats and dogs, you yourself will be like, you know what? No, I don't feel comfortable eating cats and dogs. That's literally what happened to the Indian society.
But then, of course, there are many Hindus who are non-vegetarians also. So then, why is it more normal to eat, I would say, chicken, fish, compared to I would say, and why is there a stigma when it comes to beef?
I literally just gave you the answer, bro. Are you paying attention?
So basically, if I want, I can eat beef. Basically, I'm trying to ask you. It's
Yeah,
it's
you
my
can.
own
It will
choice.
just be super weird. You come from a culture where cows are respected as part of family. So if you start doing it right now, I mean nobody will stop you, but it's just super weird. It's as
Okay,
weird as a dog-loving family suddenly starts eating dog burgers.
gotcha. And like, what about murtis? So, as you said, murtis represent something. So,
Yes.
I get, I'm not sure exactly how to frame this question, but forgive me if I, say anything wrong. But what if I make up my own murti that, according to me as an artist, it represents something, and I start praying to, and I start doing puja to it?
You can do that. Sure.
So that does not really. So I can do that with any murti and pray to it, worship it, or do puja to it rather.
Yeah, you can venerate any murti you want. The whole concept of Ishtadevta literally means that you can figure out what is important in your life and what you want to become more of. And then if you decide, okay, XYZ thing is more important to you, you can, actually have a murti of that and start venerating it. It's absolutely possible.
It's called create. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, you should look into something called the Ishtadevta. That's literally what it is.
Okay. And one final question I have. What's the significance of, while doing puja, what's the significance of I think in Hindi you call it agarbatti, right? Like the incense sticks in the sticks.
Yes, yes.
What's
So
the
here we
significance of it?
Hindus are making a big mistake. We use any agarbatti anywhere, but no, separate deities have different flavor that you are supposed to use. Like for example, when you connect with the deity, right? You're not just connecting to the deity visually through the murti and through the mantras, sound, and through emotions by having your bhakti. You're also connecting through smells, through flavors, to taste. That's why there is a prasad there. That's why there is an incense sticks there. So, for example, when you do a veneration of Lakshmi, it's roses. When you do a veneration of Saraswati, that's a different flower, different smell you're supposed to use. So, by
Okay.
creating that entire environment of that particular murti, you can connect with that murti better. That's why smell, sound, sight, emotion, the mantra itself, frequency, everything comes into play when you connect with the murti, so that you can actually have a better chance of actually becoming that murti in the end.
Okay. Gotcha. Also, do you have like
So
any?
next time you see somebody just randomly buying incense sticks, tell them, okay, you know what murti does this? What smell does this murti respond to? And then you have to
Okay,
buy that particular incense stick.
gotcha. Do you have like any, what you say, recommendations of resources to learn more about Hinduism apart from the obvious, like
See, all
Bhagavad
the
Gita?
questions you asked me so far has been about bhakti yoga, and bhakti yoga is not something you read from books. You need to actually, find somebody who can teach you these things. But if you want generally better understanding of Hinduism, I recommend this book all the time. Let me write it down for you. Raja Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. So this is a great resource. Anything by Swami Vivekananda, great resource for Hinduism. You should read all of them.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you so much.
No problem. So today, technical questions. Yeah, others, that is a very good question. A prana pratishtha. It's not prana pratishtha. It is prana pratishtha. Literally means consecration of life energies onto a murti. So we know that every murti has a frequency, right? It has a frequency. It has an environment. It has an aura. So by doing different rituals, we can recreate that aura. Even if that person or the murti or that ancestor is not around, like recently the Ram Mandir Prana Pratishtha happened, right? So we know exactly what the aura of Ram was by the planetary positions, by the scripture, by everything. We know exactly what his aura was. So by doing a lot of rituals, we are recreating that aura and we are installing that aura onto a murti, so that that murti becomes like a living representation of the aura of the person or the deity or whatever. So that is prana pratishtha. So when you go to a murti that has been done with, sorry, that has been consecrated with that particular energy, you are literally in the aura of that same person. So when you go to a murti of Lord Ram in Ram Mandir, you are literally standing in front of the aura of Lord Ram himself. This is the advanced level of sciences Hindus have, which most Hindus don't even know, which is so sad. But you know what? I actually do find it amazing that most Hindus don't know, because most Hindus don't even deserve this knowledge. Have you noticed this? Most Hindus don't even deserve this knowledge. It should only come to people who actually deserve it, who's worked for it, and who actually can value it the way it should be valued. So I think our ancestors, they actually let the misinformation go away, because what will a normal Hindu do? He'll take this information, go to the West, and try to make money out of it. Instead of understanding how powerful this thing is, he will try to monetize it somehow. The West is definitely going to do that. The Western person, this is one of the reasons why, like, when a Western person comes and asks me like such technical, detailed question, sorry, Jethro, I don't feel motivated to answer all that questions, because I know he will try to monetize it. He will take it to the West. He'll try to create his own, like, my yoga, Jenny's yoga method or whatever, and he'll try to monetize the whole thing. But this is not what it is. Hinduism does not care about monetization. Like, we did not have the concept of like going out like patenting things. We never had that concept. We had amazing sciences, but nobody said, you know what, this science would be named after me. But look at the West. Newton's theory of gravity, Einstein's theory of relativity, they all have put their names on it. When you look at, this is one of the reasons why, like, you don't associate Hinduism with science, because nobody put their name on it. Nobody cared. They only cared about knowledge and spreading of knowledge.
Hey,
Hey,
brother.
bro.
First of all, I want to say
Yeah.
you are amazing, and I appreciate the way you break things down. Um, I have always been a I don't know the right word. I want to say purveyor or a acknowledger of Brahman. Um, as a philosophical thought more so than a religion. I acknowledge totality and I appreciate that. And very recently, after I have already been into the Hinduism school of thought, I have been kind of interested in witchcraft, in a way to channel the energy of Brahman, not necessarily to channel the energy of any specific deity or anything like that, even though I've always been interested in Kali and Lakshmi. But I noticed that whoever the deity or representation you have right now has a wand and stuff. And I recently created my first magic wand. And I was just wondering what your interpretations of tools of energy flow might be, and if you have any opinions on tools to channel energy, to manifest just manifest energy, or control energy, but in a benevolent way, not in a bad way. And I just wanted to know what your opinions are on tools of energy work and religion, I guess.
You awesome. Like I love the way you actually frame your questions, because energy should be conducted in a benevolent way. Most people forget that. They just run behind energy. They do not think about the repercussions that will come true. So that is why we have all these deities. Like for example, you just mentioned Lakshmi, right?
Yeah.
Anybody can go and make money. You can actually put all of your brain energy into just thinking about making money, ways of making money, and you can actually go and make money. But when you do it through Lakshmi, Lakshmi represents wealth, by the way. She's not an actual person, she represents wealth and wellness. So when you do the whole money thing through Lakshmi, you're doing it in a benevolent manner. The thought of using it for something bad will never occur to you, because now you're connected with the Lakshmi. And whatever money you do make, it will actually stay with you longer, because again, Lakshmi is pretty much guiding you. But if you don't do it like that, if you just go behind money for the sake of money, first of all, it will not bring you peace. Second of all, because it's not bringing you peace, you're always scared that I might lose my money. You might end up doing some weird shit in the world, which is what most people end up doing anyways.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, your question was absolutely valuable. The second thing is what you call witchcraft in the West. That is basically ancient sciences. Christians did not like the fact that this kind of science might trump their nonsense, so they had to call it witchcraft and vilify the whole thing. So the tools that you're talking about in the witchcraft system, I'm sure you're given enough tools out there, but you can actually complement the same things. Thank you for that.
No, I
That's
made
an
my
amethyst,
first
right?
one. It's out of copper and amethyst and cedar. And I
Yeah.
don't
So
know, it's a fun
So yeah,
ritual.
see, your crystal will actually obviously help you like concentrate energy and all that. But the energy flows actually happens through your own intention and will. Everybody knows this, right?
Yes. Oh, of course. That's yeah, exactly. This is more of a ritual than
Yeah.
than anything else. It's just like, hey, realities. There's so much of going on around me. I'm gonna concentrate on doing this as a fun thing, but as something that I can focus on that will bring me peace from the outside world. Kind of vibe.
So to actually understand the core of these sciences, I'm not the person for you. I have not even studied them.
No
But
problem.
I'm sure you have a master who's teaching you the witchcraft stuff.
I
And there are Shakta practitioners within the Hindu system, the tantrics. They can teach you the extreme nitty-gritties of this whole thing.
okay. Tantric stuff.
Yeah,
I will
tantrics.
look
Yeah,
into
tantrics can teach you
it.
those things.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just raw dogging the whole experience. So I just I just appreciate
Interesting choice of words.
I'm doing really well on some parts, and then some pitfalls I fall into. So I just appreciate you. Thank you. You are so quick on it, and so that's why I figured I'd ask you.
No problem, brother. Thank you for coming.
Could you make it so I'm not here? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I'll do some witchcraft to remove you from
I
here.
don't know how to make it end.
Okay, there you go. There is a cross button. You just press that, I think. Sri M, of course, Sri M is the grand disciple. I learned so much from Sri M. I actually got a while ago when I was not a hardcore practicing Hindu. I got Diksha from Sri M and I completely wasted it. I don't know, maybe it stays around. I picked up my sadhana like years after that. It worked, so maybe I still have some of his blessings. Shriyam is amazing. I would blindly offer anybody to go and become his disciple. He's amazing. He's one of the best Hindu gurus out there. And the funny thing is, Shriyam was born in a Hindu Muslim family. He was a hardcore Muslim family. You know, one of those ancient Arab Muslims in Kerala. He comes from that kind of family, and now he is one of the best Hindus I know around. Like, how cool is that? Is Bashar Hindu? I mean, he does talk a lot of things which is very Hindu sounding, but I am still not convinced if he's actually not playing around, or I don't know. I don't know. I cannot judge him. But a lot of things he does say, a good chunk of it is just pure Hinduism. But then he connects everything to aliens and whatnot. I mean, come on. Hinduism does not teach you that, humanity is stupid and you should always look up at entities outside of humanity. That's the Western way of thinking. Because, deep down they have this guilt conscious, and deep down they have this inferiority complex all the time. But Hinduism teaches you that being human itself is amazing. Hinduism teaches you that if you actually maximize the potential of being human, you don't need aliens to look up to. You don't need gods to look up to. You become everything that you want to experience, basically. That's what Hinduism teaches you. This is one of the reasons why in in the Hindu fold, you're not taught to blame others or whatever. You're taught to learn the best. You're taught to learn everything about reality and maximize your own potential. It tells you to take responsibility. It tells you to not even worry about what end result you're getting. These Western spiritual people keep making dystopian for some reason. They mix. Yeah, they want to make it dystopian because, like I said, what has the West done in the last 1,000, 2,000 years? They went around destroying actual real civilizations to spread their nonsense. So deep down, their whole DNA structure, it carries that guilt. They know that they don't deserve all the riches that they have right now. So because of that guilt, they're always pushing themselves down. They're pushing humanity down, and they have zero expectations from humanity at all because of that. Hinduism is the opposite. It tells you no matter how bad situation is right now, you are still in control. You can turn things around and like have the best experience. Absolutely, they have absolute shit ton of bad karma, and the moment somebody converts into their religion, they pretty much inherit that karma because it has stayed with the system itself. Good morning, brother. Good morning.
Hi,
Hey, what's up, Eva?
I'm good. I want to debate you why you think Hinduism is the truth.
Sure. So when you debate, what is the truth according to you, if not Hinduism?
Atheist. I'm atheist.
Atheism.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we don't have a debate because atheism is actually valid in Hinduism.
Valid? What?
Yes, you can be in Hindu and an atheist. It's absolutely possible.
Because Hinduism is a philosophy, not a religion.
No, it's science. It's not a philosophy. It's not a religion. It's not a philosophy. It's just science.
How is that?
How is Hinduism a science? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
So
No,
Hinduism
I'm
is a
not.
science
I'm not
because...
Muslim. I'm ex-Muslim.
Okay, sure. I don't even care. So Hinduism is a science because all of our scriptures, they are basically research done by ancient scientists. None of them claim that I talked to God or God came to me in a dream and gave me this knowledge. Nobody says this in our scripture. The scriptures tells you that this is how we did the research and this is the findings we have. It's also writing down the steps that they took to get the results, and you can use the same steps to recreate everything. There's no blind faith anywhere.
If Hinduism is a real science, not a pseudoscience, then the whole world would be a Hinduist. Why no one, only just the Indian people are Hindus?
That's not true at all. There are Hindus across the world. But the thing is, for a long time, the colonizers, right, who colonized us, they went around spreading this misinformation that this is all pseudoscience or that this is not true. But if you learn Hinduism from the Hindu sources, you will realize, okay, this is actually pure science. All the early scientists, they were all reading Hindu scripture. Niels Bohr, Einstein himself, like all of them were reading Hindu scripture. That's why they got the idea of quantum and atomic level of things. In fact, all of modern technology is powered by the Hindu system. If we did not come up with the idea of zero and the numerical system that we use today, there would not be any of these technologies. Hindus came up with the idea of surgery. Without Hinduism, there wouldn't be any surgery. But the difference is colonizers kept this idea from the world that Hinduism is science because they wanted to claim everything. Like in Hinduism, we don't have the concept of like patenting things, you know. No, none of our scientists actually put their name onto the science. But in the West, they want to patent everything. Even if somebody else discovered it, they'll bring that idea and put their own name onto this. Like you know, Einstein's theory of relativity, Newton's law of gravity. Bro, law of gravity existed regardless of you, but just because you discovered it, you want to put your name on it. That's why they actually spread misinformation that these are not sciences, because they did not want people to understand this.
I don't know. I think India has a great culture, but I don't know. Do you believe in God?
There is no God. I don't like believing anything. Why should I believe things when I can know things? And my knowledge is that there is nothing called God. Doesn't exist.
How can you be a Hinduist, and not believe in God?
It's just a Hindu, not a Hinduist. Just a Hindu. So this is what I'm saying. The idea of God, worship, and everything is misinformation. You will not find these ideas anywhere in the Hindu scripture. You know, when a Hindu says God, you know what it means?
What?
When a Hindu uses the word God, he's trying to say consciousness. And do you want to debate consciousness? Because we all know you are conscious, I am conscious, right?
Yeah.
That is what God means in the Hindu system. This is why I don't like when Hindus use the word God, because they think the Christians and Muslims are meaning the same thing. But I've studied Islam. I know the Muslims are not meaning the same thing. I know the Christians are not meaning the same thing. This is why I keep telling Hindus stop using the word God, because we have our own words for these things. We use the word Brahman, and Brahman means consciousness.
So the Raman is the like the god of Hindu.
No, there is no God. Brahman just means consciousness. The fact that you are conscious right now, that is Brahman. The fact that I am conscious right now, that is Brahman.
You
So
worship the
when Hindu
conscious.
uses the word, no, we don't worship anything. The idea of worship is absolutely stupid. Nothing deserves your worship.
Hinduism is a religion. Is that right?
It's not a religion. It's just ancient sciences. Like
Why
for
people
a guy to
worship
be a religion,
cows?
I just told you there is no concept of worship anywhere in Hinduism. We don't worship anything. We respect all animals. We respect all life. Like, have you seen like Hindus when they meet each other? We say namaste. Have you
Why
seen that?
like you don't say it clear like you are atheists?
No, atheism is a good starting point. I just told you, you can be an Hindu and an atheist. But an atheist just rejects blind faith. But Hindu does not stop there. Like atheism is a position where you rejected blind faith, where you rejected the idea of God. But you should not stop there. You should actually still inquire. Okay, what next? So atheism is actually a very good starting point to
Actually, I
Hinduism.
don't
That's why
understand all your words because your English is Indian, and I'm
my
Arab
English is
actually.
Indian. English is just English. There's no Indian English and Arab English. But you're talking about my accent. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll try to slow it down for you. So, you know, you should actually try to pay more attention. So where did you not understand? I'll try to slow it down for you.
Mm,
Which part did you not understand?
Hinduism is part of religions, and each religion has its god. But you tell me there is you don't worship God. You
No,
just
wait, one second.
know that
One
there is
second.
conscious in a
One
human.
second. Why did you think Hinduism is a religion?
It's said online on Google.
Forget Google. Like, how do you define a religion? There should be a book, there should be commands, there should be rules you have to
Yeah,
follow, right?
yeah.
What rules do Hindus follow? We have no rules. Some
Don't
people,
eat
some
cow
Hindus.
meat. This is a rule.
No, I've eaten enough cow meat in my life. In fact, I've eaten more meat than most people can afford.
Mm,
I'm a Hindu. Who will stop me from being a Hindu?
what then Hinduism? You explain it to me.
Okay, sure. I'll repeat what I told you. Hinduism is ancient sciences. Before
True.
the idea of
What's
religion,
the name? What's the meaning of sciences?
science means your understanding of reality, your research, and whatever knowledge you get from research. That is science.
Yeah.
And that is literally what
Hinduism
religion
is a
is.
science.
It is literally science. Yes, in ancient times, all the books that we have, it was written by ancient scientists. I told you, none of our
Mm.
books claim that somebody got message from God, or somebody dreamt about a God and like he got a message from angel or something. Our books do not claim this. Our books claim that this is how I did research and this is how I got information. So it's just
If you
science.
got the science and information, where is the culture? Like you have a beautiful culture, but where is the science in your country? Where is the development in India?
Where is the development in India? India has actually been free only for the last 70 years. Do you know this?
What's been free? What does been free mean?
We were colonized. We had British ruling us.
Yeah, I know.
And
Unfortunately,
we
yes.
got free. We got free roughly 70, 75 years ago. So in
So they
75
took
years,
your
we
books?
advanced extremely fast. In 75 years, we have an amazing scientific laboratory. We have an amazing space program. We actually are trying to end poverty now. It's happening extremely fast. We are the fifth largest economy in the world. Do you know this?
Yes, I think that India will be a great country within
Yes,
10
and
to 20
like I
years.
said, that's because we have been free only in 70 years. Like America has been free for more than 400 years now. Look at where it is right now. So if
Yeah,
India has achieved so much in the last 70 years, imagine what we will achieve in the next 400 years.
yes, true.
And that's because we are mostly Hindus. We have the idea of science in our religion. Like in Afghanistan, they became a Muslim country. What science did they do? Nothing. Because
Nothing.
religion does not teach them science.
They fake like waiting for scientists to discover something and then try to search any related thing in Quran, and I don't know how they connect these things and make people misunderstand and think that their book is scientific, but they are misleading people into believing that Quran is scientific.
I completely agree. That's literally the problem. I when I was studying Islam, this is what I saw. But I then realized that Hindus have none of this problem. Like because Hinduism itself is science, for us becoming scientists and discovering things is very easy. Because the culture, the sciences actually promote science. You know? This is why in the
Yeah.
next 400 years, that the same amount of time that America got, we will be way more advanced than America is today.
I think because you are very developed in the IT field, Indian are very developed in IT, so I guess they will be a very great country.
Absolutely. Incha Krishna. All right, Ivali, do you have any other question?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you for coming. If you feel like
Okay.
asking questions, like feel free to come back because I would love to answer all of your questions. Yeah, I'll take more time to explain things to you.
Can I
Okay.
say like Hinduism is a philosophy of life and a science?
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's not a religion.
Oh, nice.
All right. Thank you for coming, Eva.
Thank you.
So I know the comments were going crazy saying like she's Muslim. She was not. I could tell. But the problem is like when people leave Islam, right? They look at everything from the lenses of Islam. So we have ex-Muslims who judge Hinduism the same way they judge Islam. So we have to be more compassionate and actually spend more time to explain it to them. Yeah, Abhi, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead, bro. Speak.
Yeah. So I think like Hinduism, this is the reason why like if I say that I'm like if I mention if I I look maybe people might think I'm something else, but if I tell people that I'm Indian, I think this is the reason why like there's like a lot of bad stereotypes about Indian people.
I have no idea what you're alluding to. Can you be clear?
Oh, you live in America or Europe or anything?
No. I'm from India. I live in India.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I don't think that it would go anywhere because like you wouldn't be able to understand like the type of the way people behave.
Example?
Yeah, like you know, people look down like okay, if you came to America and then you said, "Oh, I'm Indian," that would make a lot of people like they might be okay with you before, but once they find out that you're Indian or you know South Asian or something like that, they would start looking down on you.
Bro, I run a successful business in America. Just because I don't live in America doesn't mean that I don't understand the culture.
Hmm.
And none of my employees look down on me. They just wait for their salaries.
Yeah, but there's a conflict of interest there. They want their money. They're obviously gonna be nice to you.
Sure, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If you create value, nobody will look down on you. The
Right,
whole
right.
thing
But
about looking down of India, it actually started because of a big, massive anti-India social movement. It was intended to take down the current politics. It has nothing to do with actual Indians. Everybody knows this. Like Indians should do a better job of representing themselves. And when you see propaganda, go and break it.
yeah, of course, I try not to fit into the propaganda. You know that I
Like
actively, yeah.
recently there was this big movement about the Indian street food, right? Shitty Indian street food, shitty Indian. Like it became a thing. If you say
Okay,
you're Indian, they talk about the street food. But
that's what I'm
then
trying to
how
say.
many? So how many Indians actually went out and corrected them? Bro, I live in Bombay and Bombay street food is fucking amazing. I can like vouch for it any time of the day. So I went around and corrected people. I took my employees to a decent, what do you call it, street food joint. I made them all have it. They love the shit out of it. And none of these
Hmm.
people are going to talk crap about Indian street food anymore.
But again, that goes down back to these are your employees. You're their boss. They're obviously gonna try to, you know, they're not gonna give you their real sentiments if they have anything against
What do you mean?
South Asian.
Have you eaten pani puri, bro? The first expression that you show when you pop that first
Yeah, it's
pani puri in
good.
your mouth, yeah, there is no comparison to. You cannot fake it. Come on.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree that our spices is better than like a lot of other countries, but
Yeah. So I
it's
did not take them there to change their opinion or something. I took them there because I want to share my amazing Indian culture.
mhm.
So, and the more you share that, the more you're proud of it, the other people will start responding to it. And Indian culture is literally the oldest culture out there. There's nothing that even comes close.
Yeah, it's like 3,000 years old, but it's not perceived that way in Western countries. So if you go to a Western country,
That's your problem. You should
yeah.
go change it.
Like I said, I try not to fit into any of the stereotypes. However, the moment you mention it, you could see on people's faces that it changes, like they start looking like disgusted at you.
Nah, you are exaggerating right now. It's not that bad.
It is okay. Maybe
It's nothing compared to me saying like I'm Muslim and like getting an anal examination at the airport. It's not even close. Hindus get respect everywhere. Nobody treats us as somebody who's to be scared of.
no, I'm not saying that. I didn't mean like they're gonna do something to you. I'm saying that the way they feel towards you. They feel.
How many Hindu friends do you have, bro?
I grew up with a lot of Hindu friends.
So do you actually go out and like interact with other people around your Hindu friends?
Yeah, but they're okay with it. They're the exception, not the rule.
What do you mean? I've interacted with white people all my life with being around Hindu friends. Nobody gives a shit. Like we get treated equally everywhere.
Yeah,
In
to
fact,
your face, that's how they are. However, if you
I mean,
find
it's
out,
very rich. Are you Muslim, Faisal?
yes, I am.
That's very rich coming from you, bro. because I know Muslims also treat you very nicely to your face, but behind you they are saying, "Oh, these people are idol worshippers, polytheists."
Yeah, but that's not the stuff they say. Like, it's not, oh, they're idol worshiper polytheists. The stuff they say,
No, I'm
like,
just saying, like
yeah,
Muslims do the same thing. So you are basically being a hypocrite right now.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Muslims are always nice to your face, you know. They're always nice to your face. They would want to be more and more helpful. They would want to show you, look how cool Muslims are. But behind their back, you're always shit talking the Hindus.
It's not that. It's worse than that.
How is it worse? In which
Okay,
manner?
have you, like, I don't know how to. It's something you have to grow up in the U.S. to like see the difference, right?
Bro,
When
first your problem was like I never came to US. Now I told you that I actually do have a decent thing going on in the US. Now you want me to grow up in the US. Tomorrow you will say you have to be born in a white person's family. Why
no
do you
no
keep shifting the goalpost, bro? Stick to one point.
yeah, I'm trying, but it's like you're not relating to the argument because you don't have the same experiences that I
No,
have
your
because
arguments come from self pity. That's where it comes from. If you are a confident person going out and like showing your cultures with pride, none of this shit will bother you. You will actually end up changing people around you.
yeah, that's performative. That's what I'm trying to say. They're doing it performatively.
Yeah, then do it then. Make sure that the Hindu culture, Indian culture is appreciated around the world. Like when you go
Um,
around saying, like for example, you say, "Oh, you know what? We don't get treated nice," and you say pass the same energy to five of your other Indian friends, and they will also say the same thing. And you know what? That energy actually gets reflected. The other person who's interacting with you, he can see that this guy doesn't have any self worth himself. Why should I treat him with respect? But if you had the kind of self worth that you deserve because of coming from such an ancient culture, then you know the other person will see it in your eyes and he will give you the respect that you deserve. The problem here is you, bro. It's not the American people or something. You are the problem here.
okay, but okay. Let me give a different example.
Like
Let's say
I have this, let's see, my business doesn't just run in America. I have a successful business even in the Gulf countries. Even in the Gulf countries, if you cover down and behave like a rat, they will treat you like a rat. But I go there with confidence because I have a thing that is valuable to them, and I represent my culture really well. So I get respected everywhere. Like Gulf countries is an Islamic country, right? As a Hindu, I get more respect than most of the Muslims and Pakistanis I know among the Arabs. It's just because of how I represent myself and how I represent my culture. It has nothing to do with the Arabs.
mhm. Okay, I mean, have you heard a guy? You watch YouTube?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, do you know a guy named Loy Machedo? I'll put it. I'll spell it in the.
Wait. Is it the guy with the face tattoo?
Yes.
Yeah, I know some people in Dubai who actually worked with him back in the day. Nobody
Mhm.
has a good opinion of him.
Yeah, but he. The reason I mention is because he kind of explains a lot of the ways that Hindus are perceived, and
Like I
he's
said,
better
bro,
at, huh?
I would not take anything that comes out of his mouth seriously because I know people who did work with him when he was in Dubai, and he was kicked out of Dubai. Do you know this?
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, he was kicked out. He was doing some weird shit. He was trying to do some scams or whatever. He was kicked out.
Hmm.
His visa was taken away from him. So of course he's salty. What do you expect?
Yeah. Okay. What about Goat Avanish? Do you know him?
Hey, is that the weirdo here on TikTok? The
Yeah, yeah,
brown guy
yeah.
who pretends very hard to be a white guy?
Yeah, because he has the same experience. If he tells people that
No,
he's,
no, that dude will never get his respect. In fact, the more he behaves like that, the more he'll be disrespected. Because he's not representing his people. He's trying extremely hard to become white. A white person can see this guy is brown. Why is he trying to behave like us? I mean, like,
well,
imagine if I meet you and you try to talk like me, you try to behave like me, and you want me to respect you. Like, how can I respect you in that sense? I would respect you for you behaving like you. I don't want a second cheap copy of myself. So Avanish is basically a cheap copy of the white people. They would not respect them. But if he actually held on to his own position, he understood that being Indian is amazing. Like, bro, our culture goes back thousands of years. We had civilization before the West even figured out what civilization is meant to be. We have a lot of writings from ancient Roman times. So the Greek philosophers, the world is all gaga about the Greek philosophers, right? Their sciences, their philosophy, and all that. And the Greek philosophers used to actually come to India, and Indians used to go to ancient Greece. And the Indians used to look down upon these Greek philosophers. We would think, okay, these people, their sciences are nothing compared to ours.
Mm-hmm.
But the West does not acknowledge these things, because the moment you do, they'll realize, okay, these brown people are actually way smarter than what we give them credit for. The only unfortunate thing happened to us is colonization, and we let that happen, which was a very bad thing to do. But right now we have to take our power back.
I see. So you're saying all of this is because of the media propaganda, and that's the reason why people, if they find out that you're Indian, they start like looking at you,
No,
down.
first
They
of all,
look
that is
down.
not even in my experience. This is your experience. But yes,
Okay.
there was media propaganda. I saw that a lot. But some really good Westerners who actually have been to India and experienced the whole thing, they tried to break the media propaganda. Hindus, the problem is like, see, the Hindus themselves, the Indians themselves, we pretty much looked the other way. We were not trying hard to like fight it back, but the foreigners were fighting it back for us,
Mm-hmm.
because they
Okay,
understand.
but yeah, I
This.
understand. But where are they getting this
No,
material
Abhi,
from?
I want to come back to Hinduism. So if you don't have any questions, I'll move on to the next person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm trying to say that they're getting this stereotypes from Hinduism.
Like what bad street food is from Hinduism?
Not street food, but like a lot of the practices and like
Example?
I guess it could be that because if
Bro, if we have some good name about India, it's because of Hinduism. Because they respect the culture, they respect the colors, celebrations, and our art and music. If we represented to the world as Muslim or Christian, they would clearly see these are cheap versions of us. But because we represent ourselves as Hindus, they're like, okay, you know what? This is an ancient fucking culture. We are not even close to what these people are following. What? Like every person in the world who genuinely asks questions, who genuinely wants to explore spirituality, every one of them show up to India. We have found all of them in the Ghats of Varanasi. Take Steve Jobs, take the Beatles, take anybody who actually asks questions. They all came to India because they know when I really want answers, India has it for me. But then when they see India trying hard to be, oh, Yesu, Yesu, they can see that, okay, this is a cheaper version of us. Why would they respect you for that?
yeah, I see.
All right, bro. I'll move on to the next case. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, the West itself is losing Christianity at an extremely fast pace. Hey, Tony, what's up?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I like. I've studied a lot about Hinduism. I like it, but
There's a but.
huh?
You like it. There is a but. There's a but. But what?
But it isn't just the truth. I think all religions have a certain degree of truth, and you might say
Certain
that.
degree of truth is not truth, bro.
Well, hold on. And you might say that Hinduism is the original truth, but even within India, there are multiple different facets and different beliefs. Some even say Sad Hinduism. I know I listen to Sadhguru a lot, and some people say that Sad Hinduism was the original Hinduism, and that was the original Hinduism. That is the truth compared to the other Hinduism.
Your voice keeps cutting off, bro. It keeps coming and going.
Did you hear what I said? I was saying that.
Yeah, I did. But your voice, like it feels like you're moving the mic far and then making it come back. So
Okay,
maintain
I'll
that.
keep it. Thank you. But yeah, I was Even Sadhguru was mentioning how he believes Sad Hinduism is the original Hinduism, so therefore, his is more the truth.
No, he never said that.
What did he say?
I know that he never said this.
But he believes in Sad Hinduism, right?
He doesn't even use the word Hinduism anywhere. So I know that you're making it up. It's nothing like this came from his mouth.
But he does believe in Sad Hinduism, though, right?
I don't even know what is Sat Hinduism. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Sad Hinduism is Hinduism where Sad, Sad, Sadh, his name, Sadhguru, he believes in Sad Hinduism. Sad Hinduism being
It
the
looks like
original
you just
Hinduism.
invented this, bro. I'm pretty sure Sadhguru would never use these words or this line of reasoning anywhere.
Perhaps, maybe you haven't heard it. I listened to one of his YouTubes where he mentioned Sad Hinduism was the original Hinduism where there was only one.
Impossible. If you prove to me this is actually correct, I will convert to whatever religion you are from right now.
Oh, the religion I'm from, I believe in all religions, but that's a different story. But there is, if you want to look up on YouTube, put on YouTube, say Sadhguru, and then Sad Hinduism, and then if you find it, maybe then you can see it. That's the only proof I have is if you find it on YouTube, because that's where I know it's from. And he mentioned it one time, but he originally he just
I'm
believes.
looking at it right now. I can't find any videos.
You can't
You know
find
the title of the video?
I am not in front of a computer, but maybe if you can you type Sad Hinduism, SADH.
Yeah, I just did. South Hinduism, the first video that comes up is the power of being alone. I don't think it has anything to do with Hinduism. What else?
You don't think? Okay. No, but my question, I guess, is more
He's an
like
enlightened being. He will not, use such a stupid rhetoric.
a what?
He's an enlightened being. He would not use such a stupid rhetoric and saying defining Hinduism and all that. That I don't think he'll do something like that.
No, I know that he looks at all Hinduism as coming back, and obviously, he's like there should be no labels because if you go into labeling in something, then you basically limit yourself.
Exactly. So from that perspective, saying something, calling something as Sad Hinduism, why would you do that? It's such a stupid notion.
So I just typed Sad Hinduism in Google and it comes up. Sad Hinduism is also referred to Satnami, or the Hindu community found in northern India traditionally. So I don't know. I just
No. Show me the video where Sadhguru is talking about this.
let me see if I can pull it up. But hold on.
I know what Satnami is. It's the precursor to what is Sikhi today.
But I love
Satnam literally means
Sadhguru.
the true name. It's talking about Brahman.
The what?
Sat means the truth.
Yeah,
So Satnam
yeah.
means the true name. The true
Yes.
name is your true nature, which is Brahman consciousness.
Yes, and I guess he was maybe just saying Sad Hinduism, meaning Hinduism is the truth. Probably he might have mentioned something like that.
No, I don't think Sadhguru would ever call any version of Hinduism as the truth. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I got it from something, but
You
Anyways.
cooked it up in your own brain. You probably read two, three different things, and your brain collated everything together.
well, regardless. But yeah, I do like Hinduism. There's facets of Hinduism I do like. There's different
So
things.
Tony,
but-
see, it's very obvious you don't know what Hinduism is. Do you want to know, or maybe can you answer my question? What is Hinduism?
Why don't you explain the Hinduism to me? You can explain it.
Okay, so Hinduism is basically just science the way it was done before the idea of religion came to the picture. What we call as Hinduism is a collection of, or the collation of all the ancient sciences, because Hindu history goes back like thousands of years. We can't even put a date on exactly when it started. So all through that time, people were always doing research. They were trying to find the truth around them, and whatever knowledge they found, they collated it all, and it became the four Vedas. The fourth Vedas were even further. What do you call it? They tried to explain it away in all the different cultures, all the different languages. They tried to explain it again, so it became kind of more widespread. So it's
I
basically
see.
ancient sciences. There is nothing called a Hindu religion. It's not a religion at all.
It's like the science of what the books of the Vedas coming back from thousands of years.
Yes. And Vedas cover everything. It covers mathematics, it covers astrology, it covers health, it covers surgery, it covers pretty much everything.
Yeah, I know the different Vedas cover different things. And then there's which one? There's also like I've studied Ayurveda and then a
No,
little bit of the
sure.
doshas and stuff like that.
How do you think they came up with the idea of doshas and everything? Do you think like somebody claimed, oh, Angel Jibril came to me in a dream and gave it to me? No. They did research to get that knowledge. Exactly how we have modern sciences. People do research, whatever findings they have, they write it down, and modern researchers come, they take the old information, they try to explain it in new format. They get new information and try to collect it with the old information. That's exactly what Hinduism is.
I
So
mean, yeah,
nobody can come and say this Hinduism is better or that Hinduism is better. It's like saying microbiology is better than theoretical physics. Nobody would make that claim. It's a stupid claim.
I mean, there are probably some people in the microbiology community, in the physics community, that are probably having an argument about which is more important, physics or biology.
And that both of them will be discredited by the scientific community because it's a stupid thing to ask. When you're doing microbiology, focus on that. You should not even be worried about what the physicists are doing.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, don't discredit the question, but this is an important question. Why do you believe the grass is green? And this is my understanding. I'm going to tell you my understanding of God from this perspective. And it's a very simple question. Why do you think the grass is green?
So why do you want to play it around like that? Just define God for me.
God is in everything. God is in any answer and every answer. God is the truth in so many different ways. But let's focus on my question. Why do you think the grass is green?
No, but that doesn't, you did not actually say anything. God is in everything. So you don't believe in the biblical and the Islamic God?
I believe God is in everything.
Yeah, so you have rejected Islam and Christianity right there with that answer.
No, you cannot reject a religion. God is in everything if
We
you
just
believe
did.
in all religions. I
We
did
just
not. I
did.
just said
In
God is in
Islam and
everything.
Christianity, God is a being outside of reality, and it's basically controlling us from there.
Well, I don't know. I don't think God is a being outside of reality because
Yes,
okay,
that's what I'm
let's
saying. So your understanding of God is directly against Islam and Christianity. So
no
by
no
that
no, but
statement, you rejected Islam and Christianity right there.
no. So like Christianity accepts God, right? And God is like so in Christianity, some sects believe that Jesus was God. So when Jesus came down, God was actually a being on earth. So therefore there was a point in time under their interpretation that God was actually down here. And in some parts of the Bible they talk about God having a voice, having coming down, being a bush. So there was occasions where God was actually in a physical manifestation. And
But
then in
still, you
this
have not actually even come close to proving that Christians and Muslims can get behind the fact that God is everything.
well, I haven't proved your point either because you're alleging that God is not in everything according to Islam and Christianity. But how is
Yes.
that so? That doesn't make sense. In Islam, they
I
believe
have
God is all
read
power.
through
Here,
all of Islamic scripture very thoroughly. Nothing even comes close to alluding to what you just said. Nothing even comes close. It's a very clear definition that God is a being outside of reality. It doesn't even agree with Jesus coming as a human being. So Islam definitely rejects your idea. But from Christian idea, they have very specific definitions of how God manifested Himself in reality. But then if you come and say everything is God, a Christian will easily reject it. So you have literally rejected Christianity and Islam if you consider your definition correct.
Well, let's look at this one. So let's look at Islam. So I just typed on Google, God is everything, and in what is this, Surah An-Nisa, it says Allah belongs whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is in the earth. So if he owns everything that is earth and heaven, he's essentially the owner. He's essentially a part of him is in everything. Right?
No, owning something is not the same as being something. Come on.
Owning something is almost the same as being something because you have an interest in something.
What? Bro,
When you
I
own
own
something,
this phone
it
that I'm
is
talking to. I'm not the phone.
okay. Let me ask you this: if you own a bunch of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you lose everything that you have right now, someone filed a lawsuit against you, and you had to sell your house, you had to sell everything. Would that hurt you?
Absolutely. It has happened to me in the past.
And if that happened where you lost everything and it hurt you, then did you define that which you own as being part of you?
Not really. I realized that, okay, that was some experience I was meant to have. I went and rebuilt the whole thing from scratch.
But
hard
it
work.
hurt you. So if it hurt you, then there was a part of you that became attached
No,
to
but
it.
that
There's a
hurt was
part
an
of you.
illusion. I realized that the hurt was an illusion.
I understand, but there was a point in time where you believed that was a part of you. And
No. At no point did I believe that.
regardless, that's my interpretation, is when you believe that something is a part of you, you feel it. And God in both
Tony,
Islam
it's very obvious you should be talking to a Muslim or a Christian, but I know the Islamic and Christian position, and none of them will ever agree with you. Their
I
books don't
know.
agree with you.
No, I do know both of them. I know I grew up both Muslim and I've also been a part of the Christian church. It's funny because I've been a part of both, but I actually studied and I appreciate Hinduism because I've studied Ayurveda. I listened
Yeah,
to
the only
Sanatana.
place where your definition will even be paid attention to is Hinduism.
No, I don't think so. I think God is in everything. I think that's consistent in both Christianity and
Pay
Islam.
attention to your own language, yeah, the way you're talking. It's all I think, my opinion, I think, my opinion.
Yeah,
When you have
because
your own opinion, don't
here's
attribute it to Islam and Christianity. Islam and
no,
Christianity are different from you.
but I know,
They
but
don't subscribe to your opinion.
But here's the thing is I could say the same about you. I could say that when you say that Islam and Christianity don't believe that God is in everything, then that's you
Yeah,
think
it's
that.
because I know their books.
And I just showed you Surah An-Nisa says
Yes,
God
and it
is
does
in-
not prove what you just said. That's your reading of it, which is absolutely inaccurate. So owning something doesn't make you that thing.
Oh, but wait. So my reading, okay, like my reading is not accurate, but your reading of it is accurate. So how is my
Yes,
reading
because,
of it not
because
accurate?
I can tell you what owning something mean. I can show you the definition. Your definition of owning something is something you cooked up in your own head. Nobody
No, but
believes
I'm
that
just-
I own something, I am that. Nobody believes that. Chat,
But
can anybody of you tell me that when you own something, you are that thing? Chat.
I mean, if you own something, there is a part of you that believes in it's an extension of you. If
Nah,
you
bro. Tony,
own
now
a
you're wasting our
house,
time now.
if you own a
Uh,
house and you lose your
I don't
house,
like wasting your
you're
time,
hurt by
Tony.
it.
This is an obvious waste of my time. So I'll move on to the next case. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
That's fine. No problem. I wish you the best. Namaste.
You too. You too. I mean, you can only have a dialogue for the sake of having a dialogue for so long. I actually like to get to a point. Patience, I just tried to accept you. You did not accept the request. If you want, come back again. Request again. F King, there is no need for your camera to be on. Just talk to me.
Kejap. Alah, hati. Ah.
Sao?
Hati bisa.
I don't speak this language. What is this?
Ada. Wal, tolong ah.
casa di casa. A casa sim. Fata con il. Kau lagi dia.
I accepted him at an extremely wrong time. I was washing my hands. I could not even like remove him. गलती से आ गई है. So this patience guy is really testing my patience. He keeps requesting but doesn't want to actually come up. Okay, so nobody's actually requesting. A decent person who wants to actually talk. So it's just two guys. So let me go back to the Bangladeshi Hindu thing. Okay. See, first of all, they did a massacre of the Hindus over there. On top of that, they're blaming the Hindus for having partnered with Sheikh Hasina and whatnot. And now they're blaming the Indian government for something. Like seriously, make up your mind. So this whole thing was absolutely planned since the beginning. They knew that they were going to go around like, unaliving the Hindus. They knew that this is the kind of agenda we should be portraying. Everything was planned already. So their original target was always the Indian government. They wanted to give India a bad name. This is why I think Modi is now openly speaking about this, because he understands what is actually going on. So yes, the Bangladeshi Hindu competition is actually
What's up,
going
bro?
on.
How you doing?
About it. Patience, just have some patience, bro. You didn't see I was actually talking about something?
Not that important, but okay.
Okay, yeah. So yes, all the Hindus, we have to make posts about it. We have to actually talk about this whole thing, because only we can. The rest
Bro,
of them are actually doing
why do
propaganda.
you have a picture of my Jesus?
Dude doesn't know how to shut up. So yeah, save Bangladeshi Hindus. Our posts will actually make a difference. Hey, what's up, bro?
Hello, brother.
What's up?
I'm living in Bangladesh next to my Hindu neighbors.
Okay, speak in Bangladeshi. Speak in Bangla.
Balani,
Speak in Bangla.
Balani, Kuttaravicha, Torma Foga,
No, this is Arabic, bro.
Torma
This is how the
Bandor,
prophet spoke.
and Dani, Torma Bandor, Guru Bandor, Torma
Yeah, this is how.
Rebenduga, Tafamaya Soda.
You're not Bangladeshi, you're your Prophet Muhammad. This is the Prophet Muhammad made a new account and he's talking to us. Nice representation of Islam right there. So yeah, there are people, we have interviews of people on the street literally blaming India for the whole thing when they were the ones going around and actually unaliving everybody. And yes, I can get behind the fact that the Bangladeshi government is not responsible for the whole thing. But the thing is, like, the locals are always waiting for a chance, right? The moment they see a Hindu, a non-Muslim family, first thing is like they eye the property. They eye what kind of money we can steal from them. Then they eye the women. Always, this is de facto the case. When you have these people around you, you can promise, you can bet your life on the fact that these people are eyeing your property, they're eyeing the women. Absolutely, 100%. And they are now waiting for a chance. The moment there is lawlessness, the first thing they will do is come to you. It's straight from their books. Their books teach them this thing. It's us Hindus who are too stupid not to see this thing. Every Hindu should go and read the Quran and the Hadith. You should know what kind of hatred is being preached against you. And these people, they will actually behave exactly how the books are taught them. Like, the book does not teach you how to go, farm or make money or something like that. It doesn't teach you how to make a living. The only method to actually making a living that is taught in these books is to actually take jizya from the kafir or to unalive them and take their property. And that's what they keep trying to do all the time. So they are actually being good Muslim. When are you going to be a good Hindu? Because a Hindu is supposed to be smart. A Hindu is supposed to know what is going around him. A Hindu has to know. There is this concept called Purva Paksha and Shatru Bodh. A Hindu has to do these things. Have you guys done it? So yeah, I don't blame the Muslims at all. They're just doing what their religion preaches them. but you actually have to do your thing. Hindus have forgotten how to be a Hindu. And if non-Hindus and non-Muslims are actually watching this, I would recommend the same to you. They will do what the books teaches them. The moment they have a chance, they'll try to make the whole thing Islamic. The moment, the 1 second you blink, right, they will come and take over the whole thing. It's sad how they don't see. Absolutely, real awakening within. Absolutely, this is one of the reasons why like Hinduism is the truth and it is the future. Preach your religion, don't lie about Islam. I'm not lying about Islam. Most Muslims don't even know Islam the way I do. Like 90% of the Muslims I've met, they have never read the Quran. Like, come on, that is the very basics. At least do that. You only follow what your Maulanas preach to you. Does anyone really know what time it is? Where? In which part of the world? Superstitious nonsense. Muslim and Islam and Christianity? Absolutely. And even if you don't believe this, even if you say, okay, no, my Maulana is nice, he only talks about nice things, bro, we can see it happening, right? Right now, it's happening in Bangladesh right now. What is the reason for the Hindus to be unalived, massacred there? The students had a problem with the government and they wanted to do something there. What was the Hindu doing there? Why was the Hindus unalived en masse? It's same thing happened in India too. The moment there is lawlessness, the moment there is riots on the street, it's the Hindus, free game. Go and unalive them. Bro, I know this. This is what your shitty religion teaches you. This is exactly what your prophet did. This is exactly what the Sahabas did. This is why we have 58 different Islamic countries in the world. If the prophet actually promoted Islam peacefully, 13 years he promoted Islam peacefully. You know how many followers he had? 13 years of preaching. Every day he used to go out on the street, preach Islam, curse the kafir, curse everybody else. 13 years. You know how many followers he had after 13 years? Can anybody guess number? Okay, nobody's guessing. 13 years he preached and he had like roughly 80 odd followers. Something like that. Or maybe it's 113. Okay. But not too big. That's all. And after 13 years, when he finally got kicked out and he started going out and approaching the stupid people, the rejects of society, the criminals, the mand buddhis, that's when he started actually getting a follower. Because teaching them that, okay, you will get virgins for having sex forever, that works at stupid people. That's when he actually started getting followers, and that's when he actually decided, I will go and destroy everybody who made fun of me earlier. And he basically built an army of extremely stupid people and went around destroying real societies. 72 goats. Wait, why did I bring this person up again? Wasn't he talking in Arabic or something? Even Ram Rahim made 20 million fires. I think most of it was paid propaganda. I don't think people are that stupid.
Namaste. I apologize. I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Eternal. That is my true nature.
Perfect. Eternal. I appreciate you. I did a little bit of research because I wanted to be able to speak on it, but omnipresence is the word that God is in everything. So in both Christianity and Islam, both believe God is omnipresent, meaning that he's present in all things and everything at the same time.
Now, ask any Muslim or Christian, so is your God in my poop too? And see how they react.
Is your God what?
Is your God in my poop too?
Well, God is in everything. Omnipresence just means omnipresence. God is in everything.
Yes, so ask a Muslim or a Christian, is your Yahweh or Allah in my poop? And see how they react.
But that's fine. Yeah, I would say yes, he is in the poop. He's in everything.
You are saying again, listen to yourself speak. Everything is I, me, my opinion.
Well,
care about other people too, bro. It's not just you alone in the world.
But here's
there are
the
other people in the world.
I was Muslim. If you want me to recite a Quran on the spot, I'll recite it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن
No, no,
الرحيم.
no, 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 none of that demonic shit here, please. I don't
I
want
know,
that.
so that's why I'm trying to tell you. I grew up Muslim. I know God is omnipresent. It's mentioned. If you look at online, I just typed up Islam and Christianity both believe. I don't know if Judaism believes it, but the other aspect, if you think
But I
about it,
asked you to show me proof. You showed me Sunan An-Nisa, where he's talking about ownership.
well, here I can type God, omnipresence of God, Islam.
No, no, wait. Don't say all this. Just tell me what is the word for omnipresence in the Quran. What is the word used for omnipresence?
Let's see. Let me see if I can find something that is more substantive. You're
You are
looking
ready
for
to recite
something.
the Quran. You don't know what the word for omnipresence is?
I'm ready to recite the Quran, but nobody on this planet knows every verse of the Quran and its meaning. I mean, you don't even know the.
No, such an important topic. You should know.
What
You
is
should
the
have a
book?
word, right?
Bhagavad Gita? What? I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't mean to like be offensive. What's the book of Hinduism that you follow?
No. Don't counter question me. This is not a shifting goalpost thing. We're talking about the
Yeah,
Quran.
but that's the thing is you're sitting here. You're saying that hey, look, you don't know the entire Quran, therefore you're not Muslim, or you don't know the entire
You
Quran.
were trying to prove that I know the Quran. You were ready to recite the whole thing.
No,
Bro,
but I was trying to recite.
I didn't even
a
care.
portion
I
of
never
it.
asked you that thing.
But here's the thing: we have to have mutual respect and understanding. It's like, look, everyone has their own interpretation.
I have mutual respect for people, not for ideologies. Ideologies can be criticized.
Ideologies can be criticized, but criticism can be respected from one another. Does that make sense? Like, I respect your criticism, and so I ask that you respect mine as well.
What are you criticizing exactly?
The way in which you are approaching the subject matter and arguing. But regardless, let's set that aside. I mean, look, if you type omnipresence online and you see both Christianity and Islam believe God is in omnipresent.
No. Don't tell me Google. Is Google the new prophet, bro?
I mean, Google pulls from.
La ilaha illallah, Google Rasulallah.
Bro,
Google sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
I didn't say Google is God. So if you're trying to put words
So
in
when
my
you
mouth,
say something about the Quran, show me the Quranic verse.
and I'm telling you that is the belief, and I'll find something if you'd like. But at the end of the day, both Christianity and Islam believe.
No, you're
God
an
is.
outlier. I know enough Muslims to know that none of them will actually agree with you.
See, here's
Not
the
one.
thing is, I can't look. I'm trying to create a dialogue here, but you can't just say, "Oh, you're not Muslim," or I could say, "Oh, you're not a human being. You're not respectful to one
I
another."
like dialogue to be meaningful. It has to have a point. It should go somewhere.
It
With
should,
you,
but
dialogue is not going anywhere.
but don't be accusative of me. You know, I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm
What
trying
did
to
I
have a
accuse you of?
conversation.
One second. What did I accuse you of?
You're saying you're not Muslim, and I'm saying I believe
When
I'm
did I say
Muslim,
that?
I'm Christian, I'm Hindu. You
When
just
did I
said
say
it 5
that?
seconds ago.
I can. Okay, you know what? I actually upload all the lives on YouTube. You can go watch it again. And next time I'm live, right? Show me the clip where I said that you are Muslim. Go
No,
ahead.
you said you're not Muslim. You were telling me I'm not Muslim.
I did not care. I did not say you're Muslim or not Muslim. I don't care what you are.
But
But
it's
you are
okay.
making
It's
a
okay.
claim about Islam. I know Islam better than you, bro. You cannot make that claim. It's
See,
coming from a
that's
fake
the
place.
thing. You can't just sit here and say, "Oh, I'm better than you. I know more than you." You have to be respectful of other people's understandings. And if you
I
want to
do
listen,
know more than you. I do know more than you. There is a reason why Muslims keep driving the point of Tawheed all the time.
See, that's the thing
It is
is,
the
I
opposite
don't
of
agree
omnipresence.
that you know more than me, but that's fine if you believe that you know more than me. I think that we all have a mutual understanding, a
I
level
can
of
prove that I
contact.
know more than you, bro. You are trying to make a case that Islam says Allah is omnipresent. I can tell you, promise you that nothing says that. Nothing even alludes to this fact. So I do know more than I have proved it to you.
Okay, here's one idea. Do you believe that in Islam and Christianity they believe God hears everything and God sees everything?
Yeah, he's a creep. He's always watching.
But so if he hears everything and he sees
On a Friday
everything,
night when Tony is, doing the dirty with his pee in his bedroom, this
that's
God character is watching
that's
all
the
the time.
thing is like that's inappropriate. Like there's this thing to have respect for someone. I can respect you and
Yeah,
your
this is how I
beliefs
talk. If
in
you don't like it,
Hinduism.
you can scroll for us, bro. I did not bring you up. You
No, I
requested.
know, but I don't understand why you're being like this. Like I would like to have a mutual
This
conversation.
is me. Why don't you respect my the way I talk, bro? You just talked
Well,
about
because
tolerance and talking to each other with respect. So this is how I
no,
talk. You should respect it.
That's fine, but I'm just saying. I mean, there's a higher vibration and a way to be able to speak on a matter that's much more.
I'm vibrating extremely high right now. You can't even perceive it.
So extremely high, apparently. But anyways, so
Absolutely.
Sadhguru, I do agree with Sadhguru. I do agree with a lot of things
You,
that
you
are.
came in with lie about Sadhguru. No, Sadhguru never said something like that. I can promise you he never did. You
We'll
probably
put that
collected some.
aside. We'll put that aside. We'll just forget everything I said about Sad Hinduism.
But
Is
then
that
you
okay?
lied that Islam talks about omnipresent God. Like, dude, you keep lying and you want my respect. How does it work?
Well, I don't know that you see. You're accusing me of lying, but I'm just saying Google omnipresence and Google the
Everything
fact
I've
that
said so far, I've proved it. If I accused
I
you of
don't.
lying,
I
I
don't
just proved
think
it to you.
of everything you just proved it. I don't. I
I
disagree
did.
with that.
Islam does not talk about omnipresence. I asked you for a verse, you don't have a verse.
Well, God
I
is
asked you for
everything. I just
Sadhguru's
told
talking
you.
about Sad Hinduism. I googled it in front of you. There's nothing like that.
Okay,
So I
let's look
proved
up.
both of you.
Let's look up. He hears everything. He hears everything. God hears everything. What
I know
part of?
this. Yeah, he does. I agreed with that. That doesn't
Okay,
prove
so you
omnipresence.
agree. He hears everything. He's a witness to all things. What is this? 3447. I don't know which what part of the Quran, but it's 3447 where it translates to he witnesses all things. So you agree that he
Yeah, I
sees all
told you, he's a
things, he
priest.
hears
He's watching all the
everything.
time.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then how are we sensing something without being there? There's a certain extent to which God has to be around to be able to sense it. Like, do you disagree that someone can see without being
Tony,
present?
do you know what my opinion of Allah is?
I'm not saying Allah, I'm saying God. God, Allah and God is
Sure. Allah
the
is not
same.
God?
It's God. Just use the biblical term of God. I mean, God is in
No,
everything.
We are talking about the Quran, so let's use the word Allah. Do you know what my opinion of Allah is?
You can make your opinion. That's fine. Go ahead. Make your
Okay, I
opinion.
just got flagged. I don't know how this happened, but some idiot is mass reporting the thing.
The what?
So I would require the support of all the people who are watching to like, share, whatever. Or if it doesn't go away, maybe I should just restart the whole thing. I got flagged for what exactly? What did I say that was offensive?
I don't know. I didn't say. I didn't flag you. So just so you know. But I just wanted to say is like I respect all religions. I respect Hinduism, Islam, Christianity. I think all of them are beautiful, and I think everything has a certain truth to it. Hinduism has a lot of the sciences dating back thousands of years, and I
No, but
agree
see,
with.
here's the thing, yeah, Tony. Tomorrow I can create my own religion. I will take some sciences that is available right now. I will even make some predictions about future through the
Sure.
sciences that I know, and I make a religion around it.
Yeah.
So yes, I can come and claim, see, I have science in my religion. Will you just believe it because I made it up the whole thing and use some science there?
Anyone can believe it. Zodiac is becoming a religion. You know the zodiac signs: Virgo, Pisces, blah blah blah.
Nobody
That's
thinks it's a
becoming a
religion.
religion. Huh?
That's quite a stretch. It's a stretch.
How is that not a religion? It's a belief system. People believe that certain psychology of people are a
And are there
certain way.
rules to follow? Is somebody going to shove it down your throat? Are they going to register itself as a religion and if, saying something against it will become blasphemy? Come on, bro.
Well, no, it is. There's people that believe it so much that if someone says no, this is the truth, like that's the way they believe in it. But regardless, my point
That's
being
quite a
is that
stretch.
there's a
Comparing
truth in
Islam to zodiac is just, I don't even know what to say now.
Actually, Islam expanded zodiac. I think it was the Sufis, Omar Khayyum.
No, Sufism has nothing to do with Islam. Sufism is a different thing. They
but
try
that's-
to
But that's
they
your
tried to
belief.
claim Islam because Sufis were actually persecuted by early Muslims. So just to save their asses, they had to say, okay, yeah, we are also Muslim. But if you actually study Sufism, if you actually study Sufism and if you actually study Islam, you will see that there's nothing related.
Wait, so,
there's no
so do you
relation there.
believe in Islam? Because you have to believe in Islam to be able to say that one sect is not Muslim and one sect is Muslim. If someone is Sufi Islam Muslim and says they're Muslim, then that's their belief system. But if you yourself are Muslim, then you can start saying, oh, they're Muslim and they're not Muslim. But apparently you know so much about the Quran, I'm starting to believe you're Muslim.
All right, bro. Yeah, no, I bought that. Thank you for that bait.
Wait, one more comment I wanted to make. So in Hinduism, there's a Dharma, in the doshas. But did you know that the zodiac signs actually, so in Ayurveda, they talk about dharmas and
We have
doshas?
better zodiac signs, bro. If you actually look at the Vedic astrology, zodiac,
Yeah, I
sorry,
know.
not zodiac signs.
The Vedic
It's
astrology.
way more intricate. It's way more detailed. It gives you way better data than the Western zodiac.
No, that I like a lot of the different things of Hinduism, but Western zodiac is actually more accurate in certain regards than Vedic
All right,
astrology.
well, thank you for coming. Again, it's your opinion. I don't care about opinions.
But that's
You'll
okay.
never
I
get to the
respect
full
your
answer.
opinion, and I appreciate the time you gave me. And I want to say namaste, my friend.
Namaste, namaste. He's not annoying, like he just talks for the sake of talking. He doesn't go anywhere. Plus, he lies through his teeth, which is, I think, a hang from Islam.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, so I'm here to kind of elaborate on what Tony was trying to say, because he got it wrong when explaining the fact that God is in everything, and he is actually true. His spirit dwells in everything, and it's even mentioned on the Bible.
Okay. So, is my poop your God too?
Oh, yeah. Basically, yeah. Because if you go and read the chapter, it basically says that his spirit lies in the heavens and even under the beds, as an example. So, yeah, basically, yeah. His
You can
spirit dwells
literally
in
pray to my
everything.
poop. Or maybe I
Huh?
think the poop thing would be violated. You know what? I
Huh?
should stop using that word. So you basically, if I collect the whole thing in a jar and give it to you, you can worship it basically. You got through it.
Why would I worship it? I just said it only has his spirit.
So you don't want to worship the spirit of God. You should only worship
Because
non-spirit of God.
I only worship the spirit of God, which is in the sky, the Father. That's why you should research a lot about
No, you just
Christianity.
said spirit of God is everywhere. So if I collect a jar of my early morning fresh dumpling and I give it to you, will you worship your spirit of God through that?
No,
So why
I
not?
would not worship it.
It's still your spirit of God.
I said the spirit of God is in it, but why I don't worship
Yeah.
everything that has the spirit of God, because basically I would have to worship every single thing made on earth, and that makes it kind of scientifically and personally impossible to
Bro,
do.
don't talk about
And
science,
if
please. Don't bring
and if
science
we
here.
mention
We have
poop,
gone way
if we
past science
mention
long
poop,
ago. Don't bring science here.
okay, listen, if we mention poop, you
Yeah.
know which religion is more associated with poop. So you ain't gotta disrespect my religion by
Religion
saying,
associated with poop, they said. Who is
yeah,
associating it here?
I am. Because you
Who?
did.
You? How are you authority, bro?
No, you did. You said if poop
Bro,
has
there are
spirit,
way
then
more
you should
Indians than the
worship it.
white people who are racist to us. So what we do is actually common. So your opinion don't even matter. Just because you live in your bubble and
It's not
become
an
racist to
opinion,
other
bro.
people.
It's not
It
an
is an opinion.
opinion.
Dude, I am from India. Nobody associates Hinduism with that.
Oh,
It's a
then
bunch,
why
like, how many Americans are there in the world?
why do I see a lot of videos in India when people rub
What do you mean? When was the last time
cow?
you were in India? Like, when did you go to India last?
I don't have to go, bro. I have a lot of videos on my feed, and I research
Yeah,
those
because
videos, and
you are somebody who likes racism.
I
The
ask
tech,
why.
your
I
social
ask my.
media is showing you more racist shit because you like it.
Okay, tell me why they're doing it then. Okay.
Ask any Indian if he's getting that kind of feed all day. He
Okay,
lives in
tell me
India,
why.
right?
Okay, let's say I don't know nothing. You explain to me why a lot of Indians put cow poop on their face or
What do you
something
mean,
like
lot of
that.
Indians? How many Indians have you seen? How many?
A lot, actually.
How many? Give me a rough count.
I would say probably like 7 on my FYP. And
Do
I
you know what the
kind of
population of
researched
India
why
is?
they're doing that, and it's like a blessing for them.
Research. Where exactly? Which Hindu scripture did you read?
I did not read it, I saw it with my own eyes.
No, you said you researched, right? Where did you research? Which Hindu scripture did you read?
Why would I need to read the Hindu scripture, like the
So if
Vegas?
I say I research Christianity, I have to read Christian scripture, right?
No, you don't have to read the whole Bible, because it's actually like
Did I
kind of
talk about
impossible
reading the
to
whole
remember the
Bible?
whole Bible.
If I need to know something about Christianity, is Bible a good source or is Quran a good source?
Bible is a good source.
Right? So
Yep.
which Hindu scripture have you read?
So you're telling me you read the whole Bible? Because
Yeah,
when
fuck
you
off,
were
idiot.
arguing with
Racist
Tony,
piece of shit. That guy is absolutely racist. And I was actually entertaining it for some reason.
How was he racist? Oh, anyway, lad.
Wait, are you Muslim, bro?
What'd you say?
Are you Muslim?
No, I'm not Muslim. Christian.
You're Christian?
But
From
yeah,
where?
a
Which country?
lot of my family,
Which
is
country are you from?
Hindu.
Your family is
What'd you
not
say?
Hindu. So belong to them.
What are you? You say my family's not Hindu? My dad is literally a Hindu. I got Hindu pictures in my room because I can't take them down.
Okay, what sampradaya does your dad follow?
Got something about Hare Krishna.
Okay, all right, sure. It's so sad that you left science to follow nonsense.
What? I know I was never a Hindu. He only joined it like 4 years ago because it lets you
That's what I'm
smoke
saying.
weed.
Hinduism is science. What you follow now is pure nonsense. Big difference.
And what you wipe cow shit on your face?
When did you see me do
You
that?
suck off cows.
Wait, 1 second. You just said your family is Hindu. Which who in
Right.
your family did that?
A lot of them, and I don't like. I don't mean I
Your
have to go.
father
I
does
don't
that every
like
morning?
sucking off cows, mate.
1 second. Your father did that every morning? Is that what he's saying?
Well, he has been for
Wait,
like
wait,
4
your
years.
father
I
is
think he's
sucking off
starting to
cows
go away from
every
it. No,
morning?
he's
Is that what
starting
he's
to
saying?
realize that's a bit of bullshit.
Bro, this dude is saying his father sucks off cows.
Yeah, he do. No, you do, because you're actually from India.
Oh, no,
So
no,
you
no, no.
every morning
You
you
said
go
your
out and
father
you
is
start
Hindu,
sucking
right?
on a cow.
You said your father is Hindu, right?
Are you a fucking I just told you. Yeah.
Didn't you say
But
your father
he's
is
not going to
Hindu?
be for
Yes or
long because
no?
he's starting to realise it's a load
Didn't
of
you say
bollocks.
your father is Hindu? Didn't you say your father is Hindu?
Yeah, and so are you. And you suck off cows. And look at you using the AI
No,
picture for your own
1 second, 1
religion.
second.
That's mad.
1 second. So
How are
your
you
father
using a
is
fake
Hindu.
picture?
1 second. Your father is a Hindu and I am also a Hindu, but only I do the thing. Your father does not. How does that make sense,
Yeah,
bro?
because you're actually from India. He's from England.
Okay. All right, bro. Another racist idiot. Fuck off. Anyways, it was a bunch of these people requesting, so I just don't have the mood right now. So let me bring back the point to the Bangladeshi Hindus. This idiot will never talk about the Bangladeshi Hindus. I'm sure his father does not either. So that's how you pretty much judge. If are the Hindus actually talking for the fellow Hindus? This is how you judge everything. And the Bangladeshi Hindu persecution is actually going on right now. It's happening right now as we speak. Right now, as we speak, some Bangladeshi Hindu is holed up in his house, barricaded everything, and is praying that something comes and saves them. It's happening right now. No, you are anything but respectful, little idiot.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
How's it going, bro?
It's all good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I just have a question, if you don't mind. I was listening to your conversation. Oh, all right, yeah. I was listening to your conversation, and you said Hinduism is science.
Yes.
Right. So where I live in the UK, and I've got Hindu friends, they say it's a religion, so I'm a bit baffled.
Sure, people will say a lot of things. Can you show it to me from scripture? That's what does the Hindu scripture say?
All right. Oh, hold on a second. No, I don't know much about it. Can you guys just go? I'm gonna have to come back in a bit. Sorry.
Sure, bro. Sure, back to the Bangladeshi Hindus. I don't know if I should let them, distract me like this, but if you're a Hindu, please go to Twitter, go to Telegram, search for Bangladeshi Hindus. There are videos out there which you should watch, and it should inspire you to actually go out and speak about it. Because this shit can happen to any of the Hindus across the world anytime. And the funny thing is, when this happens to a Hindu, nobody will associate it with the fact that you were persecuted because you were a Hindu. Nobody will do that. So we can actually bring up this notion only by staying united and actually speaking for each other. Like if a Muslim dude, right, in India, he stubs his toe on a Hindu's car, the world will start talking about it. The world will actually start talking about it. New York Times will have a special article. BBC will make a documentary about it, saying how Hindus are unaliving Muslims in India. But somebody comes to a Hindu house and literally unalives him, grapes the children, drags the women to the street and does does the dirty deed in front of the whole society, which is happening by the examples I'm giving to you right now is actually happening in Bangladesh right now to the Hindus. When this shit happens to a Hindu, nobody gives a shit. Nobody even pays attention. Within the Islamic community, they just go, it's just a kafir. People who are compassionate, I'm talking about. The rest of them celebrate this, but people who are genuinely compassionate, they just say, oh, he's just a kafir. Who cares? So when you are being treated like this, when they are looking at you like this, what can you actually do? The only thing you can do is like unite, speak together as one voice, so that your voice actually has some weight behind it. The problem is right now, if some shit happens like that, the Hindus themselves are like just looking the other way. How do you think the world is going to take you seriously? Hey Stash, what's up?
Hey, bro. Man, that stuff you're talking about sounds awful. But I just wanted to pop up here real quick to say one thing, and that is that I don't know if you remember yesterday, somebody was talking to you and said, oh, look at the economic difference between Singapore and India and that kind of thing. And I came up to say that's kind of a dumb comparison. Well, I happen to be reading. Autobiography of a Yogi by Yogananda this morning. And in the very beginning, like the first page of that book, he basically says this phrase, the spiritual wealth of India. And I just thought that was like kind of perfect because it points out like that in the West, we're materially wealthy in some countries, at least in the US, let's say, but we're spiritually bankrupt. We have theism, which is just like an empty religion, and we have materialism, which is a really empty religion. And so anyway, just wanted to point that out, that like you can point to the spiritual riches of the subcontinent, and that's what's actually important, because that's what makes people happy. So anyway, just wanted to say I happened to come across that the day after, and I really like that phrase.
That is beautiful. But I personally don't care about it. I want India to do extremely well economically too. Like if you go back to history, right? The first Islamic invasion happened like 1200 years ago. That is the first time the Muslims actually attacked India. 1200 years ago, India held more than 46% of the world's GDP.
I think that, of course, we want like as good of a material wealth as we can have, right? But like there is a danger too of making that the only priority, right? Like I think this is happening around the world. Like we in the US, when I lived overseas for quite a while in Southeast Asia, and I was amazed by how much of American culture is just pumped out around the world and sort of taken on by other cultures that didn't have our materialist kind of, maximum wealth at all costs kind of attitude, but it's sort of taking over a lot of the world. And if you go too far that way, then you end up fat and unhappy like we are, so and worse than that, in conflict and war and all kinds of things. So anyway, I think there's a balance for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. So just being poor and like thinking, okay, spiritually rich, that's not enough. In Hinduism, we have this concept of making wealth. We literally have a deity representing wealth, Lakshmi. So why do you think that is?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. Of course, I like a guy that I follow says, in the West, we go for maximum physical comfort and adequate mental health, and we should be going for maximum mental health and adequate physical comfort. We shouldn't certainly accept like poverty and all kinds of struggles. People need to be comfortable physically in order to spiritually grow at all, right? So like I think that that we just like we just need a balance. That's all. So with that, I'm going to let you get back to it. I just wanted to mention that this morning since you were up.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for coming.
All right. Sure. Have a good one.
Namaste. Yeah, so Hinduism never promotes this whole idea of like staying poor to grow spiritually and all that. No. I think Sadhguru or somebody said it. An empty stomach can never think spirituality. You have to be satisfied. You have to have the money. You have to have physical riches so that you can actually have the buffer to sit and think of spirituality. It was Osho, okay? Osho, yeah. So becoming materially rich, becoming materially satisfied is absolutely crucial. Then you can actually spend some time to actually sit down and meditate. You can take a break from work. You can spend a week in a Vipassana center. If you're poor, you can never do these things. You must be physically uncomfortable to go spiritually. That's not at all true, bro. No, this is not true. In fact, when you see uncomfort, if you put it to its maximum, you will come to a point where like you cannot handle the uncomfort. Then you have to start thinking, in terms of what is beyond the body and mind. That is a side effect of uncomfort. But if you consciously want to grow spiritually, uncomfortable will not actually take you there, because uncomfort will give you more karma, which will make you more attached to the physical realm, so to speak. That's a very Christian Western way of looking at it. Like bhikari log, get everything. That's how some people stay rich, by keeping everybody else poor. It's pure propaganda. Everybody should be looking at earning wealth. Everybody should be looking at having a comfortable life. And when you have a comfortable life, when you have the riches, then you realize, okay, these riches actually don't mean anything. If you have been born in wealth, you will understand what I'm saying. I'm not born in wealth, but I created my own wealth. But I know that Hinduism does not promote this nonsense of staying poor. Why do you think we have a deity? Like it's literally one of the big three murtis. One of the biggest three feminine energies is wealth. A hungry stomach cannot think about this thing unless you decide, I will fast until I get enlightenment. That should be coming from your will. But if the world keeps you hungry, you will never get enlightened, because you'll always blame the world for it, and you will keep wishing for actual food. Lord Vishnu is ancient Vedas, right? They were not talking in the form of principles. They were talking in the form of sensory organs. That's why Indra is very permanent there. Agni is very permanent there. It's just different ways of looking at science, bro. So yes, all the Hindus, please inform yourself about the Bangladeshi Hindu plight, and let's all speak about it. It's absolutely imperative we do that. Okay, because nobody else will. And I'm very glad that the Prime Minister Modi, he's actually talking about this now, because he never talks about Hindu persecution. Even in his own country, when this happens, right, he barely even says something comforting for people who are affected. But now, if he's actually opening and speaking about the whole thing, of course, there's a political angle to the whole thing, but it also means that Hindus are actually getting wiped out right now. Before the beginning of this whole nonsense, Hindus were 8% of Bangladesh. I hope once they have a stable government again, they can actually come back and do a consensus again, do an actual census, and see how many Hindus are remaining. I can bet that it's less than 4% after that, because that's how badly everybody is actually getting massacred there. Prem Saidarji, happy Janmashtami to you too. So yes, Hindus have to speak about this. Bangladeshi Hindus do not have a voice, and the Muslims of Bangladesh are doing everything in their power to go out and say, no, nothing is happening to the Hindus, because want to hide the whole thing. So only Hindus can actually speak about the fellow Hindus. This same shit, when it happened to the Kashmiri Pandits, right? The Muslims went around and coming and saying, no, nothing is happening. These Pandits were taking all the jobs, so we persecuted them. That's it. But in front of us, the whole Kashmiri Pandit population, they were kicked out of Kashmir. The remaining people were all massacred, absolutely brutally. Look up a story of Girija Tikku. Look up what happened to her. That same shit is happening in Bangladesh right now. So if somebody from Bangladesh is telling you nothing is happening, only listen to the Hindu voices, because Muslims have all the incentive to go out and spread misinformation. This Jibon Khan is doing that right now in the comment section. It's taught to them by that religion. Their books tell them, no matter how bad your fellow Muslim is behaving, no matter how absolutely inhuman he's behaving, when it comes to a kafir, you should always take the side of your Muslim brother. This is what their book teaches them. So they are just being good Muslims. What are Hindus doing? Are you guys paying attention? So please, if you're a Hindu, put up an image, say Bangladeshi Hindus. Make a loud noise. You see how everybody, no matter which corner of the world they are from, all the Muslims, they came together for Palestine. The Palestinians literally have rockets to fight back. They should not even, like, we should not even be worrying about them. They have literal rockets to fight back. What do Bangladeshi Hindus have? Nothing, zilch. The story I talked about, little girls being dragged away from their parents and, violated in front of their parents. I'm not just making this shit up. We have ground reports of these things happening. So if Hindus don't speak about this, why would the world care about this? The world is just given an agenda they have to blindly follow. But the Hindus have to speak about this, right? Because tomorrow this could happen to any of us. In fact, in the last 6 odd months, the amount of unalivings of Hindus that happened in the US, I'm not talking about UK, I'm not talking about some Islamic country. In the US, so many Hindus were unalived. Yes, there was some racist, motivations behind it, absolutely. But most of them were Hindus. Did anybody even catch this news? Now imagine if an American was unalived in India. Imagine how the world would go crazy. But because he was an Hindu getting unalived in his own country, these were all citizens, by the way. Nobody gave a shit. Just समझिए.
Yeah. So I just came to say, so we Hindus have to speak up. If we keep dividing and asking what to do, where to do, how to do, at this point, it's been more than 3 weeks. If you don't know how to speak up, that is really sad. Really sad being a Hindu.
And see, for a brief while, I saw the Hindus were speaking up, but then they got calm again. Like the Bangladeshi Hindus never got calm. People who boarded themselves inside the house, right? They're still there.
Yeah, it is.
Hoping that something will come and save them.
I posted a video in this one for Bangladeshi, the flood. The man is on the top of the roof and telling that somebody came to, I think the ISKCON people came and to them, and he's telling there was helicopters and boats flying around. They told that you are a Hindu, we are not coming.
Yeah, this happened a lot.
Yeah,
it's on the news. If you really have some decent sources, you will find this.
Yeah. And Kesh in comments is saying that he cares only about his life. He's not in India or Bangladesh to worry about other people's life. Yeah, that kind of people are around us. Yeah, I don't care about him. If he doesn't want to talk, don't talk. Think about that. These people, you're talking about your own parents. Your parents are Hindus. You're telling that you won't stand up for your own parents.
Also, if your name is actually Kesh, then you will be mistook for a Hindu and something can happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you will find that nobody stands against with you, including the Christians that you dote on right now.
The Christians of US, the original Christians of US, get out of here. So he doesn't even know half of the story, what they do.
That's what. That kind of Christianity is motivated by race. There is a reason why the Christian murtis that they have, sorry, not murti, the idols that they have, it's all white boy with blue eyes. It's a race thing, absolutely.
Yes,
I can promise you that tomorrow, if you replace all these Jesus idols with a brown-looking Jesus, I can promise you that within the first year, half of the Christians will leave the religion.
Yeah. The first question Vivek Ramaswamy got is that you're a Hindu, why should I vote for you? From a Christian
I saw that.
in US. So,
and you know what? I appreciate the honesty. It's good. When they scheme behind your back, then we have a problem. People being honest to your face, that should be appreciated. It should be promoted. So at least we can do something about it, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm saying to this to Kesh to know this is the face of the Christianity in US, okay? Not only this, there's more. So
Absolutely.
yes.
So yes,
So
we speak about the Hindu plight. We have to talk about the Bangladeshis. We have to keep making posts, especially here on TikTok, because on TikTok there's barely any news. On Twitter, at
Yes,
least, like some
exactly.
people are making a voice and trying to get it out. But on TikTok, it's like just Palestine, Palestine, crying all the time.
It is. It
And
is.
I keep bringing up the Palestine example because, like I said, it's a similar example. Muslims from across the world, regardless of what race they are from, they all came together to actually speak for Palestine. What are the Hindus even like behaving anything 2% like this?
Yeah.
That is my gripe. Solve this.
Exactly. Exactly. So Hindus, at least this time, be united. We have to be united at all time. It's high time we did it. We have now
Because
been
see,
united.
in India, we are going to reclaim more temples now. Okay, this is going to happen. And because of that, more propaganda against Hindus will come out now. The hatred that you saw so far, right? It's nothing compared to what is coming.
Yeah.
So calling for Hindu unity is absolutely crucial right now. We're at the beginning
Yes.
stages of, like how the Jews are treated everywhere, right?
Yeah.
They're actually facing violence on the streets now. That same shit is going to come to Hindus now.
Exactly.
And none of us are ready for this. Yeah, Kesh, that is my last straw. That racism is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. He is not
I'm
realizing
logged
that
out
he
of my
is
Twitter.
going.
Just create another account. How hard is that? And again, I'm not saying it to like be loud on Twitter. Twitter still has some decent people. I'm asking you to go to Twitter, inform yourself, and come and spread that knowledge here on TikTok.
Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm going and reposting in Twitter and taking that if it's a video that is acceptable by TikTok or the post, I'm coming and posting it. But not all the videos will be taken. I tried, and it's been taken down. So, but please do that. Please do that, Hindus. Please go read the news. And at least put a post saying all Bangladeshi and put the news there. That's it. That's more than enough. There will be millions of people coming and saying it's fake news. Let them. It makes.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Let them do that. But the news will reach more people. The more they comment, the more the news will reach more people. So let them do it. So, are there people waiting? So I'll go down.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody's waiting. Can stay. There was a guy coming up trying to request, but I don't think he's here to talk.
Okay.
But I'd rather like sit and talk about the Bangladeshi Hindus than Hinduism. Like I have like 4 answers which I keep repeating all the time.
Okay.
Nobody's
Give me 2
asking a
minutes.
creative question anyways.
Give me 2 minutes. I'll be muted for 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So if somebody has questions, you can come up and talk now. If not, I think let me just quit the live then. I can try to come back later after some time. Adam, I don't even know how to begin a conversation with you because I've been seeing your comments. The level of stupidity is just crazy. You just repeat nonsense with such confidence. I mean, it makes me scared for your future children and whatnot. Christ was a practicing Hindu himself. So if you're not a Hindu and if you follow Christ, you are doing it wrong.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Jai Shri Ram, brother. Jai Shri Ram.
Second, I'm messing around. What's up, Dharma?
What's up, bro? It's all good.
Jai Shri Ram.
What does that mean? Sorry, Jeshiram, I don't know what that means.
Ram was one of our ancestors, so extremely cool guy. So we like remember him when we greet each other.
Okay, and what does Jeshi mean?
Jai Sri Ram. Jai is like like praise, and Sri literally means like a word of respect, and Ram is his name.
Oh, okay, got you. I was speaking to another Hindu person about non-dualism. I know Buddhists practice non-dualism. What is the equivalent, or if there is an equivalent in Hinduism for non-dualism?
That is such a weird question, bro. Hindus came up with the idea of non-dualism.
So when I asked another Hindu, they said, no, we don't believe in non-dualism.
You see, non-dualism is not a belief; it's actually living truth. You don't have to believe in it. But yeah, in Hinduism, it's called Advaita Vedanta, like the guy said, eternal truth set in the concept. It's called Advaita
That's what I thought.
Vedanta.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But I don't know. They were just like, no, that's not a thing and stuff. I was like, okay, whatever.
Who is that? Do I know this person?
I think her name was Bobcat. It's like she has like a tiger as a picture.
Dude, come on, no. I know Bobcat. Bobcat would never say that. You misread what she said. Misheard what she said.
Misheard? Okay, maybe, I don't know. But I asked her about non-dualism, and she was, I don't know. She just was like, no, that's not even a thing or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I misheard, like you said.
Yeah. So the people who do the Jnana Yoga side of things, which is the yoga of knowledge, we start with the Advaita Vedanta, which is non-dualism. So it's like a core thing. Again, it's not a belief; it's something you can experience as a living experience through meditation and whatnot. It's not just a blind faith belief kind of a thing.
Got you. And then, so basically, it's just having no opinion or judgment on anything, right?
No. Who said this?
That's the way I was interpreting it. That's the way I was interpreting it. You can
Yeah,
clarify.
that's what she said. It is not in Hinduism because that is not how you represent. Like, what is the definition? Like, when you say non-dualism, what do you think it is?
Oh, I just said it. Basically, I thought it was not having an opinion or judgment of any matter. That's how I interpreted it, but I don't know.
No, that has nothing to do with non-dualism.
Okay, so maybe you can explain.
Non-dualism is how I explain Hinduism all the time. I keep telling you like everything is energy, right?
Yeah.
And energy is a manifestation of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And that basically means everything that you experience is different instances of consciousness.
Oh, okay.
So there is no two things. It's just one thing experiencing everything. That is non-dualism.
Oh, okay. So I guess I had the wrong definition of non-dualism.
Yeah. So, and that is the highest understanding of Hinduism, and every practice that you find in Hinduism, it eventually takes you to this understanding, not just in theory, but as a living reality.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, that's all I had. That's all I wanted to ask. Quick question. You guys are up early today. Well, actually, I don't know what time it is where you guys are, but over here it's pretty early.
Yeah, not early for me.
Oh, okay. Got you.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Yeah. So there are no other guests. I think maybe I can switch out the live and come back later.
Yeah.
Again, I just actually came up to gather an audience and talk about the Bangladeshi Hindus, which I think I did enough. So now it's up to the Hindus to actually go do the research and like talk about the whole thing, because we can only like one person can only speak so much. Me, Amuji, and like few of us who are actually speaking up, we can only do so much. We have to come together as one unit, actually live up that non-dual idea, and talk about it as one unit. Only then the whole thing will work. So it's our job to actually go out, spread the word, and do it for the people who are graved. Do it for the little girls who are graved. Do it for them. If you don't care about the men, if you don't care about the families, forget that. But little girls were graved on the streets in front of their parents. Do it for them.
Little babies are getting unalived. Do it for them.
Too. Yeah, do it for them.
So they don't care as long as you come with the title.
See, it's actually very easy. Just go to Twitter. When you see a news about Bangladeshi Hindus, just take a screenshot and make a post about this in TikTok. You've seen so many of the posts I've made is literally that. It's just a screenshot of what I see on Twitter. It's actually that easy.
Yep.
So please do that.
And there are people who literally in your post the comments are like saying that they deserve it.
Yeah, there are some people who said they deserve it because look at how Muslims are treated in India, apparently. Like, bro.
What?
They do it purposely because they know that the Hindus are treating Muslims like kings in India. And when we say this, we are so flabbergasted, we don't even know how to begin answering that. So they do this purposely. They are like 20 such steps ahead of us. Where we start thinking, right, they've already made their whole conclusion. They have a plan. So we are actually very late to the party. But because Hindus are generally smarter, we can actually overtake them very easily. So use that.
Okay. Did you watch the recent news of the post video of that person AKTK or something like that?
Yeah, AKTK.
YouTube. Yeah. Them talking about West Bengal and Bangladesh and correlating that.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah, I did. Yeah. You're right.
Kind of, not fully, but kind of. It's
No, I saw that.
Yes, yeah. So
that channel, by the way, every Hindu should actually know that channel, but they make videos in Hindi. So if you don't know Hindi, it could be a problem. But there is a guy called Sham Sharma. He's a decent guy. If you want to follow something in English, you can follow that. If you want resources on where to actually follow through this news, I'll send it to you. AKTK News. AKTK News is basically a short form for Aaj Ki Taza Khabar. Okay. Or then I'll try to come back later. I'll go eat something. I'm hungry.
Okay. Sure. No problem.
Ram.
Okay. Ram.
Yeah.